Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from Stories from Motorsports, and today we have Robby McGehee with us. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, where are you at the moment?
I'm actually in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, on a summer sort of vacation with the family. It's where we've been doing it about the last 10 to 15 years. Beautiful Pacific Northwest.
Nice, nice. So, tell our followers a bit of what you're known for.
What's that? Tell 'em what I'm known for.
Yeah.
Well, I unfortunately, if I Google myself, the first thing that comes up is that I was the first person to hit the safer barrier in 2002, and it shows a nasty wreck. But I think that's a huge technical innovation, which will last forever and may be the first one. But I like to say that my finest performance in my previous career was the 1999 Indy 500 Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was amazing. And the other Robbie Gordon almost won, didn't he?
That was yeah, it was. I didn't really know what was going on because I was out there driving. But yeah, he ran out of gas on the very last lap, and it was fun to rewatch for sure.
Yeah. It looked like though in your post race interview that you didn't seem that happy with the top five finish because of something that happened earlier in the race. What was that?
Well, it was a very bittersweet race. My friend and crew chief Steve Freed was struck by another car. I can't remember whose car it was, but there were two cars coming that came together in pit lane, and he was just about to send me, and all of a sudden I saw him get hit, fly up in the air, and land on his head. And it was not a pretty sight. Probably one of the more traumatic sights that I've seen. And yeah, he essentially, they didn't tell me at the time, but he essentially died on the site. And they revived him, got him back, and I was told over the intercom that he was laying at the hospital, or over the radios that he was laying at the hospital, watching us, rooting us on. But that was a little bit of a white lie to allow me to finish the race, and kind of where we did. So thank goodness Steve survived. I still talk to Steve. We email back and forth to this date. He was a heck of a crew chief, but he was also a racer himself. Probably a little crazier than me, and that hadn't changed since he's recovered. He's back riding he went back to riding motorcycles, driving cars fast, and he's always trying to figure out how he can brush the edges of life. But yeah, it was very, very hard. It was hard after that race. Once we found out the details, we had the award ceremony that night. I dedicated the Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year trophy to him. We took it to him, as soon as he woke up, and there's a lot of great media and press on what he's done, but it definitely made the whole experience bittersweet. But fortunately, had a positive ending and a very positive effect on all of the races continuing on with the pit crew having to wear helmets.
I see what you mean. So, what was your reaction when Kenny Brack won, if you had one?
I mean, this was my first year racing, and that was really my first race in IndyCar. So, we raced at Charlotte, had a really terrible ending there, and that Charlotte was my actual first race, but the race was red flagged because of the, tire flew off and injured and killed some fans, and so it wasn't really a full race. My first full race was the 1999 Indianapolis 500 in an IndyCar, and to me, it was, I had a lot of stars. I was starstruck in a lot of cases. Kenny Brack was someone I'd been watching race for Ray Hall, for wherever he went. Maybe he went to Ray Hall after, I don't know, but I knew of Kenny for for quite some time. So, like, to me, it was cool just to walk past these guys. These are the guys I've been watching, as I came up through the ranks to get to where I got to. So, Kenny's a super nice guy, and I was happy to see him win. Was happy to, other than if we won, happy to see a win for AJ Foyt, who is, to me, the greatest American racer ever. And I was happy for him. No bad blood there at all. And I think that we had one I think we passed Robbie Buell on the last lap to get into the top five, which was kind of excited, and I, friends with Robbie as well. So it was a, it was a very. Can't remember the whole top five. Jeff Ward was in there. All very, friendly finish. No real rival. No real hardcore rivals up there. Just happy to be there though after my first year, and interestingly, it felt. Well, that was easy. If I came in fifth this year, I'm going to win next year. And then, realized how many things have to be aligned right to get even in the top 10 at Indy. It's not something that, we did it. We had things aligned right that year. The following year, I was in the right car, and the Treadway car was, led laps and was ahead, was in the front racing with Jimmy Vasser and Juan Pablo Montoya in the target cars, and then the spark plug broke. So, but that could have been the year. But that's when you really realize that everything you have to be in. You have to do the perfect job as a driver. The team has to do the perfect job as a team, and then you just got to get lucky too. Such a hard race to win. But it felt, the first year finished fifth, felt good. Was ready to go win it the next year.
I see what you mean. So, where were you at when you learned you were going to win Rookie of the Year?
I think I was probably, I don't know. I think it was that. I think they held the thing that evening. So I don't think there was a whole lot of time. I think there was some discussion. I certainly wasn't the highest qualified rookie. I was the highest finishing rookie. I think it was John Hollinsworth and Wim Ekmans, a Swedish guy. And they both ran. They might have. Well, I know John Hollinsworth. He might have run faster than me the whole month. But I want to say it was. I had a little bit of a heads up prior to going into the award ceremony and being called up, but it wasn't much of one, And I didn't know at the time. I figured, I went out there. I remember one of the great interesting stories, which probably isn't very, very circulated, is that about 2/3 of the way through the race, I was talking on the radio with Dave Conti under a yellow, and my only question was, am I the highest rookie in the field? And he said, his response, so there was an explicitive. He said, "F that, we don't care about rookies. You're going to win this race." And at that point, it's like, okay, well, if we're going to go win this race, who cares where the rookie, where the other rookies are? And at that point, it's like, we're going to just go do our best and run this as if, we're not a rookie. And frankly, I've been in hundreds of races prior to then, it just at lower levels. So just, have my shield down, put my face shield down, and went and tried to, win the race as if I was racing in a Formula 2000 car, which is what I did the previous year. And we won races there. So, I think probably the same day very shortly before they announced it, when I learned that I was going to win. It was pretty exciting.